I guess the next question is, well, how does alkalizing help? Without optimal pH, enzyme activity can be altered. We can denature our proteins, cell function changes. We can't even digest food in the wrong pH state. So there's a lot of reasons why it's really important. The body also uses these minerals for other things as well. So it's really important for nervous system function, gut health, muscle maintenance and repair, all sorts of other things. So you can see why it's really important that you get them from the diet, which we're not, and not use them trying to maintain this acid balance, which we are. We're basically on a fast track to chronic mineral deficiencies. Interestingly, metabolic acidity has also been linked to muscle breakdown, kidney stones, high blood pressure, insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, bad cholesterol, and an increased risk in cardiovascular disease. Chronic acidity also suppresses growth hormone, which is essential for the regulation of body composition, so the balance between muscle and fat, really important. And changes in cellular pH and acidity have actually been linked to increased pain sensitivity. Interestingly, another effect of metabolic acidity is increase in stress. When your blood pH tends to be acidic, it increases cortisol secretion, which is your stress hormone, and that also contributes to increased bone loss. So again, you can see why it's so important to maintain this pH optimal function within the body. So now acid production during a day-to-day, it's normal, it can't be avoided. But what we can do is try and support our body. The main way we can do this is through our diet. When we eat food, it's either broken down after digestion to leave an acid or an alkaline residue. Alkaline forming foods are normally high in minerals, so magnesium, calcium, potassium, and low in things like protein, sodium, and phosphorus. Foods that are acid forming, they tend to be protein rich, that are broken down into sulfuric amino acids. These increase the acid production within the body. It's really important to understand that we're talking about the effect on pH after digestion and not the pH of the food itself. For example, lemon juice, it's really acidic at about a 2. And when it's digested, it's broken down and it leaves an alkaline residue. So that's generally because it's low in protein and it's high in these alkaline minerals. We use a mathematical equation, the PRAL, or the potential renal acid load, to calculate whether a food is going to leave an alkaline or acidic residue after digestion. As a general rule, fruits and vegetables tend to be really alkaline on the PRAL scale, whereas things like meats and cheese and dairy, they all tend to be quite acidic. So the quickest way to alkalize your diet is with these couple of steps. We need to dramatically increase our fruit and vegetable intake. Here's some scary stats. Only about half of us eat the recommended 2 serves of fruit and vegetables a day, and even scarier, only about 8% are meeting their 5 serves of vegetables each day. This means that the vast majority of people are missing out on these really important vitamins and minerals for health and well-being. And don't get me wrong, whilst it's amazing you're including your 5 vegetables in your meal, that doesn't necessarily mean it's 5 serves of fruit or vegetables. So we thought we'd clarify. A serve of vegetables is supposed to be 75 grams. So that's about a cup of salad, half a cup of cooked vegetables, chips are not included. And vegetables can also mean beans and legumes. And a serve of fruit, it's around 150 grams. So maybe a medium apple or banana, maybe 2 small apricots, kiwi fruit or plums, or a cup of chopped fruit. So you can easily increase your vegetable intake. Swap crackers for vegetable sticks. Have a couple of extra serves of vegetables or legumes instead of meat for dinner. Add an extra serve of fruit or vegetables to a smoothie. Try cauliflower rice instead of rice or couscous. Swap out normal plain flour for chickpea or lentil flour. and swap your toast for maybe some grilled sweet potato. It's one of my favorites. And to increase your fruit, skip the sweets. Just have a piece of fruit. It's intentionally sweet. Isn't it amazing? The next thing we can do to support the alkaline diet is to decrease meat. It's not that meat's bad, it's just that we're eating too much. That high intake, it essentially means that we're increasing acidity by increasing the load of the sulfuric amino acids. So let's challenge ourselves. Let's try and limit our meat intake. Stick to about 100 grams of meat per day, and even have a couple of meat-free days a week. So let's try making chickpea or lentil patties instead of a steak. Let's look at using mushroom instead of a mince in a bolognese. And make that chili con carne just on beans. Let's decrease the sodium too. So sodium can actually increase metabolic acidity. So we're suggesting that you swap your sodium and salt for things like garlic and onion powder. And also, just by making more food at home from scratch, you will automatically decrease your sodium intake significantly. The amount of sodium hidden in those processed foods is astronomical. An alkalizing supplement is another great way to support an alkaline diet. So you just need to find the right one for you that's actually focused on supporting alkalizing. So some things to look out for an alkalizing supplement. It really should be lower in protein. There shouldn't be any added protein powders in there. We need to remember that we're talking about the pH effects after digestion, not the pH of the powder before you eat it. You really also want it to be fortified with these alkalizing minerals. So magnesium, calcium, potassium, and zinc, they're really important. A product that's truly committed to alkalizing is likely to also prove it. So we have the PRAL. We are committed to ensuring our product truly is an alkalizing product, as opposed to just being a simple greens. So there you go, guys. This is why we think the alkalizing diet is really important, and I hope it's given you enough incentive to be encouraged to incorporate a more alkaline diet in your day-to-day.